And Ayers with another spin in front of the grandstands, but he's got it back under control. 64, thanks. 55, thanks. Lovelace car seems to be stuck. Or at least stopped. Remember, fans, immediately following our 250-lap Enduro, we will have our rollover contest, so stick around. Now Lovelace got it going. He's on the infield grass looking to get back out there. Problems for the 8 car. Once again, a spin in the same spot. That's Chuck Green. Lovelace looking for some kind of an opening, I guess. And here comes our leader out of the chute in turn 3 into turn 4, now by the grandstands. Pete Anderson Jr. followed by David Papps Jr. The third spot is the 44 car crossing now. 44 driven by Rick Bentz. And the fourth spot is the 92 unofficially. The 92 is Wes Brown. And they start to tangle up there in 2 cars going every which way. Ayers, once again a spin for Ayers. And so it looks like Lovelace may be done. 62, thank you, 62. And there goes Anderson Jr. now being challenged for the lead by David Papps Jr. on the inside, and now Papps Jr. going by to take the lead, but just by a nose down the backstretch. Into turn 3 they head, and they're coming up on traffic. This could be tricky for both. Into the chute now, out of 4. And by the grandstand, it's Papps Jr. battling Anderson Jr. Anderson Jr. 74, thanks. Now they begin to tangle up. 57. Anderson Jr. trying to weave his way through traffic, now does. Begins to put some cars between he and Papps Jr. It's 88, got it. And Anderson Jr. is getting the lap traffic now into turn 3. 3 wide in the soap and the water on the Stockton 99 Speedway. Here comes Anderson Jr. to complete lap number 18. He's your leader. There's second place, 17, David Papps Jr. The third spot is the 44 car. Coming around to cross now. And there is the fourth spot, number 92. That's Wes Brown. And there's your unofficial top 4. And some problems there between 1 and 2. It looks to be the 52 car of Darren Piper. Six got it. And so the 52 of Darren Piper on the infield, hopefully waiting for some sort of an opening to get back out there, and not done. Although Lovelace appears to be done, and so is the 05 of Ray Jones in front of the grandstand. Got it, 22A. Here comes Anderson Jr. now to complete lap number 22. And there's the second spot of Papps Jr., 17. Here's the third place car, number 44, Rick Bentz. And the fourth spot is the 92 of Wes Brown. There's your top 4. There's Halterman, 71. Number 42 is being black flagged because he has no window net up. Anderson Jr. getting a little squirrely right as he passes the stripe. Here's the 57 of Clifford Thompson. There's the 8 of Chuck Green. The 65. That's Chevy Hackett. 02 is Doug Mangali. Now rejoining the field is the 62 car. 62 car of Jim Bowerman. '92. 44, got it. 17, thank you. Here comes Anderson Jr. and here comes Pabst Jr. There's the 42 of Gene Gwynn. Stacy Sutherland to the tower, please. Stacy Sutherland. 202, thank you. 70, Roger. Got it, 22, thanks. And problems with the errors, 20X car once again on the infield grass. 42, thank you. And they are squealing and squirming out there. Got it. 65, thank you. Anderson Jr. continues to battle it out with Pabst Jr. Here they come out of turn number 3. And now out of 4. And Pabst Jr. with the lead. 71. We are at the 1 hour mark. 1 hour this race. 8, gotcha. And now Anderson Jr. coming out of 4. He has the lead. On lap number 34, Anderson Jr. continues to battle it out with Pabst Jr. Anderson Jr. goes outside, down the backstretch. Pabst Jr. will try to trail him there. And out of turn number 4, here they come. '64. Try to keep that balloon out of the scorers there, guys. Anderson Jr. now continued as he's regained his lead. He holds on to it coming out of turn number 4 on lap number 38. And giving chase is Pap Jr. in the 17 Camaro. Jr. had taken the lead. Pap Jr., that is, had taken the lead momentarily, but Anderson Jr. just zoomed on by him. C.W. Davis in the 74 continues to gain ground now in a car that seems to be running on about 7, maybe even 6 cylinders. Here's Pete Anderson Jr. and David Pap Jr. Lovelace back in the field once again. 74, got it. 57, thank you. 62, you got it. 55, back at you. Once again, here comes the leader, Anderson Jr. Problems for the 12 car. That's Bud Harris spinning in front of the grandstands in the 12. Anderson Jr. now is lapping the 4th place car, number 92, Wes Brown. He's gone past Wes Brown. There are only 3 cars on the lead lap. And that will last as long as it takes for Anderson Jr. to get past that 44. 88, got it. And problems for the leader. And so now David Pap Jr. is your leader. A spin in turn 3. Here comes Pap Jr., your new leader. Looks like the 8 car of Chuck Green will make a pit stop on lap number 45. We are at the 1 hour, 4 minute mark. Now here comes Pap Jr. The second spot is the 5 car of Anderson Jr. unofficially. '24, 22A. Five, got it, Bob. And it looks like the number 8 car, Chuck Green, going to park it. Oh, perhaps not. He's going to give the 05 car of Ray Jones a shove. Looks like he'll head to the pits, though. A nice job by Chuck Green in the 8 car. 5. '17, 92, 44. Anderson Jr. continues to battle it out with Pap Jr. And there's a spin in front of the leaders. And Pap Jr. continues his lead. Got it 02. Got it 2. 70. Gotcha. And still the 22. The battle goes on between Pabst Jr. and Anderson Jr. Here they come by the grandstand, race fans. Prowling for the 22 Haldeman car in turn number 2. Now it looks like Chuck, the 42, Chuck Green may be done. A nice move there by the 5 car of Anderson Jr. to get by the 88. And here comes Pabst Jr. to complete lap number 58. Anderson Jr. right on his tail. Problem in turn number 4. That's the 24 car of Daryl Habenstrike. He's on the infield grass. Looks like the 55 car is going to check out for a while. That's Dennis Duncan. He'll head to the pits on lap 59. '65. '71. And some troubles for the 88 car of Bill Birch. Bill will head to the pits on lap 61. Here come your leaders, and they are going at it. Anderson Jr.'s car a bit squirrely there in front of the grandstand. Got some work left to do if he's going to catch Pabst Jr. Pabst Jr. continues. 12, gotcha. 12. Looks like the 05 of Ray Jones will rejoin the field on lap number 63. Looks like Halterman hard on the brakes trying to make it into the pit. Good battle there between the 92 of Wes Brown and the 65 of Chevy Hackett. Here's the leader, David Pabst Jr. with Anderson Jr. right behind him. And the 20X car of Ayers off the pace, 74. And a spin by Jones in turn number 2 in the 05. The 65 spins as well. That's Chevy Hackett spinning right in front of the 24 car of Daniel Habenstrike. Our leaders cross the stripe, lap number 67 now. Looks like Halterman trying to make it back out. Kind of fast through the infield there. And a lot of bumping and pushing going on between the leaders. It's Pabst Jr. now on the inside, and Anderson Jr. on the outside, headed down the backstretch, 57-20X. Pabst Jr. beats Anderson by a nose into turn number 3. Here they come. Out of turn number 4, and it's Pabst Jr. with the lead. Looks like the 8 of Chuck Green will rejoin the field in turn number 4. Anderson Jr. got it 64. Anderson Jr. trying to get to the inside. Cut off by the 17 of Pabst Jr. Now trying for the outside on Pabst Jr. Here they go into turn number 1. Anderson Jr. right on his tail. Here they come into traffic. Anderson Jr. noses by him down the backstretch. It's Anderson Jr. Anderson Jr. on the inside and Pabst Jr. on the outside. They've got back traffic in front of them. Anderson Jr. will lead on lap number 71. 72 rather, check that. Got it, 62, thank you. Now, look at him go. It's Anderson Jr. with Pabst Jr. right on his tail. Down the backstretch, stay ahead. 19X, thank you. Five. And there's the battle for the lead there. Anderson Jr. and Pabst Jr. 17, thank you. Back on the track once again, the 88 of Bill Birch back to the field. Neck and neck. It's Anderson Jr. and Pabst Jr. down the backstretch now. Anderson Jr. on the gas. Now on the brakes hard in turn number 3. Here they come. Traffic problems for the leader. Hill squeezed by. It's Anderson Jr. and Pabst Jr. caught in the traffic. Anderson Jr. definitely gained a little ground there. Trying to get through the traffic was David Pabst Jr. Just couldn't get past the slower cars. And now he'll have ground to make up. Here comes the Lovelace 19 car and the 88 of Bill Birch. 02, got it. 70-70. More trouble down the backstretch. That's the 8 car. 22, thank you. That's the 8 car of Chuck Green and the 88. 22A and 42, thank you. comes the leader, Pete Anderson Jr. Their second spot, David Papp Jr. The third spot is unofficially the 44 car, and that's driven by Rick Bentz. And how you feel, boys? Remember, race fans, still to come, we'll have our rollover contest, 05. Our rollover contest with approximately 5 participants. Two, got it. Red hair, got it. At the 1 hour, 18 minute, 17 second mark. And Jones and Cannon battle it out. And there's a front right tire problem for Ray Jones and Stockton in the 05. 71, thank you, sir. '88, thank you, 88. 74, gotcha. 74, got it. And we're at lap 91, on our way to 125, ultimately 250. And it looks like David Papp Jr. may be slightly closing the gap. 6, got it, 6. He bumps with the 22 Haldeman car and gets by him at turn number 4. And now has second place with no one in front of him but our leader, Pete Anderson Jr. There's the 88 car of Will Birch. Looks like it'll be making an unscheduled pit stop lap 94. Once again, thanks to the fine folks at Valley Electric for programming our clock this evening. Problems for the 22 Haldeman car. Also thanks to Garden Tractor of Turlock for the soap, and Van Ruler water truck rentals for providing the soap and water trucks this evening. 20X, thank you. 57, gotcha. Here's the leader, Pete Anderson Jr. Working hard. He's going to try to get by Lovelace there in turn number 2 down the backstretch. Goes our leader. .64, got it. And now Pap Jr. gaining ground. Anderson Jr. squarely in turn number 3. Here's an opportunity. And they continue. 19X got it. 5 got it. And a problem down the backstretch. Lovelace driving backwards. 17 got it. Got it, 44, thanks. 92, thank you, down. And then nothing but problems for that 22 Halterman car. Number 2, down, thank you. 0-2, thank you. Here comes the 05 Ray Jones car. Looks like a can of tuna with the can opener just got to it. 7-0, thank you. And now Lovelace battles it out with Pap Jr. Pap Jr. will go by on the inside as Lovelace will yield. More problems for the Jones car. At the 1 hour 25 mark. 22, thank you. Here's the leader, number 5, Anderson Jr. and 17, David Pap Jr. And we've got a smoking number 62. That's Jim Bowerman. That thing's smoking more than my Weber kettle. Number 42, thank you. More problems for the 22 Halterman car. Can he get that stopped in time to make it into the pits? He does. There's Will Birch in the 88. 12, thank you. .22A, gotcha. Jr. and Pap Jr. battle it out side by side into turn number 1 now. It's Pap Jr. on the inside. Anderson Jr. on the outside as they head down the backstretch now. Anderson Jr. and Pabst Jr. battling it out. Anderson Jr. on the outside, Pabst Jr. on the inside. Here they come by to complete lap number 110. Neck and neck at the photo. Side by side, they head down the backstretch now. The water trailing from both cars. Windshield dirty with mud. Anderson Jr. is high in turn number 4. This may be the opportunity for Pabst. Neck and neck at the stripe. Now Anderson Jr. moves to the outside. He's using the 05 Jones car as a shield. Into turn 3, he goes high. He's got Pabst Jr. right on the tail of him. Here they come out of turn number 4. Got it 6, thank you. 6, thank you. Now more traffic for Pabst Jr. He's got the 71 of Dan Cannon in front of him. He's going to have to get by there. 65, thank you. Here's your leader, Anderson Jr. And there's second place. This has been a great battle between the two cars throughout 71. Thanks, sir. Whoever wins this race will have proven to be the superior driver on this night. These guys have battled it out all night long. Here they come once again out of turn number 4. There's an opportunity. Anderson Jr. gives up a little bit of ground as he's high in 2. More water being added to the track in turn number 4. And looks like Will Birch will check out on lap 117. Just 8 laps remain. Now 7, Anderson Jr. squirrely out of turn 4. Pabst Jr. continues to give it chase. Anderson Jr. threading the needle in turn number 4. They're 4 wide in turn number 4. Anderson Jr. shoots out like a rocket. And now Pabst Jr. has significant traffic in front of him. 62.05.05. And so as our leader, Pete Anderson Jr. comes by, he'll complete lap number 122. And does. 3 laps remain. Can Pabst Jr. make a run at it? He's going to have to make that move now. A problem for the 5 car. A problem for Anderson Jr., but he keeps it right in. And Pabst Jr. slides on by to become your leader, 64. Gotcha. Here comes your leader, David Pabst Jr. with Anderson Jr. right on his tail. We've got 2 laps to go. 17. your winner, David Pabst Jr. Hey, John, how many of these have you seen over the years, these rollover contests?
This third year.
And what can we expect? Is it like one roll, two? What can we expect?
First year, we barely got one over. And then last year, I believe it was 2 rolls.
Okay, so 2 rolls. Obviously, we're shooting for 6. 5, 4, 3. There he comes. Let him hear you. Come on, let him hear you. Let him hear you. Come on. Oh, 1. Oh, how can you boo a guy who just rolled a car? Come on. What do you want him to do? Light himself on fire? All right, let's do that. Come on. No, we can't do that. I should be first. All right, let's get down here. See if my old bones will get us down here. Okay, we're ready for our second contestant. And I'm not sure who it's going to be. Okay, this is Jeremy's wife, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Now, technically, that car, what would you say, rolled like a half a turn? Oh, mamsy-pamsy, boy. Okay, let's send Stacy, and we're going to need a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 countdown. Are you ready, crowd? Are you ready for some rolling? 5, 4. Accelerating now. The heart is beating. The blood is pounding through the veins. And here she comes at the ramp trying to roll more than 1/2 a turn. Oh! Hello! 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 Let her hear you, come on! She's got a beautiful wedding ring on, too, in the car. Attention, we're going to need an insurance appraiser, please. Insurance appraiser to the gate. Well, I want to talk to Stacy. I'll even get my shoes wet. Stacy, can I talk to you for a second? I'll stick the microphone through the windshield. Stacy, what does that feel like? Can you describe that?
A roller coaster with a heavy impact at the end.
A heavy impact at the end. That sounds like my first divorce. But you know, how many times have you rolled a car before?
This is my second time.
Only your second time, and how many times have you rolled in the past? I mean, what was your record?
What, 3?
3 records. Well, they tell me you had 2.5 there. And my question for you is that beautiful wedding ring insured?
Yes.
I can't help but notice you got to drive in the car. Okay, all right, fair enough. All right, Stacy, well, 2.5 rolls there for Stacy, and we have 2 more participants up. 7-7 now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, race fans, rollover fans. Next up, driving out of Stockton in the 777 car, this will be Alan Ryder Jr. And if Alan is ready, we'll give him a countdown. Crowd, you ready? All right, here we go. 5, 4. And here we go. Oh, doggone it. Man. Shoot. You know, sparks are great, but I like to see them rolling. And so far, Stacy is the queen, by all means. Oh, jeez. I think that was worse than the ramp. All right, so that was Alan Ryder Jr. You know, rolling a car is kind of a lot like being a cliff diver. There are only 2 kinds of cliff diver: champion and stuff on a rock. Okay, so Alan appears to be conscious and moving around in the car, so. He's done, he broke an axle, they tell us. Oh, that's a shame. Doggone it. Well, they get up to 3 chances, and at this point, I think Stacy's content to just kind of sit there and watch from the car. But we do have one more contestant up there who is yet to roll, and I believe that is the number 88? Is it? It's the number 88 car of Jason Allen of Stockton. And I know that Jason is ready. Crowd, are you ready? Okay. 2.5 is what we're trying to beat here. Okay, this guy says 2. I'm not going to argue with you. All right, here we go. In 5, 4. And here comes Jason Allen of Stockton, building up speed as he heads for the ramp, trying to get up to about 60 to 65 miles an hour, and here he goes. Oh! Roll, baby, roll! The other way. Doggone it. You know, that wouldn't even bring out a caution flag here. Oh, he's the leader. Doggone it. That looks like the tuna I had for lunch today. Hey, CW.
How you doing?
How you doing? Did you have fun out there?
My battery ended up giving out on me.
Did you have some kind of clutch problem?
Never.
Never, okay. Who needs a clutch, right? All right. Yeah, I know. Vaseline. Ooh. Okay, it looks like we're ready, folks. And it's time to count down John Hammond now. Duck in here in the tires. All right, are you ready, race fans? Here we go. Let's count them down. This is John Hammond. 5, 4, 3. All right, working his way up to a speedy 25. 25. Headed for the ramp now. Here comes Evil Hammond. 1. Doggone it. Doggone it. Okay. Oh, cool. Hey, look at this. Check it out. The 88 car's back. There's still hope. I know we can get 6 rolls. I know we can. Okay, let's let him get the Hammond car cleaned out there. Already up there in turn 1. 5, 4, 3, 2. This is the 88 car of Jason Allen of Stockton, working up ahead of speed now. Headed for the ramp. Huh. And so if you'd like to buy a Chevy Cavalier, very few miles, some small body damage, make you a great deal on it. And there's Jason climbing out of the car. Doggone it, Jason, I know you tried. We still love you. How about a nice hand for number 88, Jason Allen, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for our trophy presentation. Our third place winner from Chico. A nice hand for Mr. Wes Brown, number 92.
Now, here's the weather. We're going to go right to Roosevelt. Roosevelt, how's it going? Hey, John, wait somebody. Don't ever come here and bother me right now. Thanks, Roosevelt. Can't you give us a little weather? Not now, man. I'm on the balcony. I'm trying to store. Back off. What's the weather like? You got a window? Open it. Thank you, Roosevelt. We'll have to go with
Our next trophy presentation, going to the second place finisher in our Enduro 250. A nice hand for number 17 out of Stockton, Mr. David Pabst Jr. Boy, I'll tell you, that was a fine race between our first and second place contestants all the way through 250 laps. Pabst Jr. put on a great show, led for a lot of the race, but our winner, the winner of our Enduro 250 this evening, going to the driver of the number 5 car, a nice hand for Pete Anderson Jr. Congratulations, Pete. Nice job. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our final presentation, the winner of our rollover contest, driving the brown car that had something break. A nice hand for Stacy Hammond. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to all of our finishers. We'd like to thank everyone for coming out each and every Saturday night to the Stockton 99 Speedway. On behalf of the staff and management, we wish you a very safe drive home. I'm your track announcer, Lou Gazicki, saying we'll see you next season. Good night, everybody.
My wife says I'm gonna clear around the bend. Says on racing Sunday I become a different man. In my black jeans, black cap, and racing tees, I guess it intimidates her seeing all those number 3s. So to make her understand, I tell her I'm a racing fan, 'cause it's a kick in the asphalt, burning up the black top. When the green flag drops, my heart flies. So when she wonders why I'm driven to get wild, I say I like my Sundays fast, 'cause it's a kick in the asphalt. I think last Sunday I finally got her 'cause it's a kick in the asphalt, burning up the blacktop. When the green flag drops, her heart flies. Now she don't wonder why I'm feeling to get wild. She likes her Sundays fast, 'cause it's a kick in the asphalt. It's a kick in the asphalt, burning up the blacktop. When the green flag drops, our hearts fly. You know all the wonders why I'm feeling to get wild. Me and my racing lads, we like our Sundays fast, and we're never gonna let one pass, 'cause it's a kick in the asphalt. It's a kick in the asphalt. It's a kick in the asphalt. Yeah, now I think sometimes that my wife's the crazy. Kick in the asphalt. She's even nuttier than me on racing Sunday.